Solve the equation minus 3 over 3x plus 24 over 15x is equal to 3 over 15. This is called a rational equation, and the strategy for a rational equation is to clear the fractions by multiplying both sides by the LCD, the least common denominator. In order to find the least common denominator, it's helpful to factor each denominator completely. So let's do that to begin with. For the first fraction, we have minus 3 divided by 3x, and 3x means 3 multiplied by x. For the second fraction, we have 24 divided by 15x, and 15 is 3 times 5. So we have 3 times 5 times x. For the third fraction, we have 3 over 15, and 15 is 3 times 5. Now notice that some of our fractions are not in simplest form. The first fraction, we have 3 as a factor in both the numerator and denominator. Same thing with the second fraction and the third fraction. All of them have a factor of 3. So let's go ahead and divide out the common factor. 3 goes into negative 3, negative 1 time. 3 goes into 24 8 times, and 3 goes into 3 1 time. So we can rewrite this equation as minus 1 over x plus 8 over 5 times x is equal to 1 over 5. So now that we've simplified the fractions, we do want to find the least common denominator. To find the least common denominator, we list all the factors of the denominators, the most number of times that they occur. So in the first fraction, we have x in the denominator, so x is one of the factors. We see that it occurs once in the first fraction, once in the second fraction, and no times in the third fraction. So the most number of times that x occurs in the denominator is once. So we just have one factor of x. The other factor that we see is the factor 5. Factor 5 does not occur in the first fraction, once in the second, and once in the third. So 5 is listed just once in our LCD. Our LCD is 5 times x, or 5x. So what we do in our next step is we multiply both sides of the equation by the least common denominator, 5x. Now remember, 5x is the same as 5x over 1. So when you multiply, make sure that you just multiply the numerator of each fraction by 5x, not the numerator and denominator. On the left-hand side, we'll want to make sure that we use the distributive property. We'll multiply 5x by the first term, and then 5x by the second term. On the right-hand side, we'll just multiply 5x by the 1/5. When we multiply 5x by minus 1 over x, x goes into x one time, and that leaves us with 5 times 1 times negative 1, which is negative 5. When we multiply 5x by the second term, 5 divides into 5 one time, x divides into x one time, and 1 times 1 times 8 is equal to 8. On the right-hand side, 5 divides into 5 one time, and x times 1 times 1 is equal to x. So on the right-hand side, we just have x. Now we add negative 5 plus 8, that's equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. Now when you solve rational equations, it is important to check your answer, because when you clear the fraction, it is possible to introduce what are called extraneous solutions, solutions that do not satisfy the original equation. So let's go ahead and substitute 3 for x in the original equation. We're going to check our answer. We have negative 3 divided by 3 times 3 plus 24 divided by 15 times 3 is equal to 3 over 15. So for the first fraction, we have 3 into negative 3 is negative 1. We have 3 into 24 is 8. And for the last fraction, we have 3 into 15 is 5. So we want to check, is negative 1/3 plus 8 over 15 equal to 1 over 5. Let's use our calculator to check. If we find negative 1/3 plus 8 divided by 15, we get the decimal 0.2. If we find 1 divided by 5, we also get the decimal 0.2. Since we came up with the same value on each side, that means that our answer checks. X equals 3 is the solution.